August 27th, 2020. Still 2020. Yeah. I know. I got to stop saying that. What am I going to be working on today? An ever moment. This is one, I have a lot of ever moments. I should just like show you all of my ever moments. Um, this is one I purchased a few months back. And I picked it out. I was at my daughter in law's house, my son and daughter in law's house, and I was showing her this. And I thought, because they were looking for artwork to put down in their basement, they have just remodeled their basement. Um, it's a finished basement, and they had had a leak. One of the kids let the toilet running, and I don't know, it turned into this whole disaster. Uh, uh, the toilet was running upstairs, it ran downstairs. Yeah, it was a huge mess. Luckily, insurance paid for most of it. My son got some really good contractors. Anyway, he convinced him to get rid of the carpet, put, I think he put wood down there, and which he was very happy with that decision. But he needed some artwork, and I thought this painting fit their style, and I showed it to his wife, and she really liked it. So here's the painting, the thumbnail. It's a sea turtle, and it's kind of a common image, stock image. But that's it. And this is a 40 by 50. So here is where I am on it. I get it out every now and then. It's a lot of confetti. Of course, it's ever moment and it's beautiful. And there are a couple of places in here where I am replacing the regular drills for ABs. And that would be like in the hard shell of the turtle, wherever you see, if I can get this to stay, wherever you see the red, this red, and let me see if I can get it up here closer to you. If you can see the red, that is in AB. And let me hold it with this hand and show you it is right in here. So I thought I would just kind of sprinkle that around. And I also have a blue AB that's in here. Some of it is like right here. And then there is also some in the head of the turtle somewhere. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, like right in there above my bird that I'm shooting you, right up in here. Not real visible, but I figured, I don't want to go overboard with it. So I got this out and thought, let's do something different. Let's work on something different for a change. I'm not sure what we're going to do on Friday. What should we do on Friday? I do not know. Okay, what did I pour into the tray here? Okay, 150, which is, okay, this little funky shaped right there. And yes, I'm using the tweezers again. I mean, I could use the regular pen, but I don't know, lately I've been just using tweezers. I think with squares, at least for me, it's easier to get them precisely where you want them. Oh my goodness, can you guys hear me? So what I was saying is with squares, I think it's easier to get them precisely where you want them when you're using tweezers. Now, if it's a lot of drills, like blocking, color blocking, then I'm going to get the multi-placer out. But this turtle is really confetti. Heavy on the confetti. So we're just doing tweezers because, we got nowhere to go, no one to see. Yeah, I'm I'm actually working on a project at work that I think I'll probably get wrapped up before the end of the week. Where did that one just go to? I hate when they just jump off and then they land somewhere. and you don't know where they landed. I'm using parchment paper on here, by the way. It came with the double-sided adhesive, and I think it um, stays much better, like with the parchment paper on it. So it's been my recommendation. Take the parchment paper off, take the double-sided adhesive off, and put some parchment paper on it. Then you don't have to deal with the bubbles and the rivers and, you know, all Evermoment would have to do is get rid of the double-sided adhesive, and that company would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. They have great customer service. Zoe at Evermoment is great. I like their customs. I just had this wave of nausea. Oh, what's that about? Anyway. And their squares, I've always loved their squares. So we just need to get them to put some poured glue or some mounted film adhesive, and we'd be good. But anyhow, I think they do so much business that, I think they're just probably going to stay the same. All right, where else do we need this? There's one over here. And that's not it. I just found another one. There's another one here. Okay, now we can switch colors. So, how's everybody this morning? I hope you guys are going to have a good Thursday. Not super busy on the lives tonight. I believe we've got Wolfpack up at 7 Central, and she does go for quite a length of time. I'm going to have to ask her if she has like a set time, or does she just kind of wrap things up as they wind down. I'm not real sure. Okay, we need K's or that symbol there, which is 947. There we go, this one right here. This is such a pretty, look at that color orange. I love the colors in this turtle. They're amazing. Can you guys see them? Yeah, you can see them on the camera. Very, very pretty. Oh, goodness. So, I was in a terrible mood yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know. Do you guys ever get in like a mood where you're just like, oh, I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to do YouTube anymore. I think that's when you need to go on a vacation. That's when your body is saying, yes, I need to get away from it all. Go on vacation. So that's not going to happen. I'm so broke. Oh my God. It's just that car accident really set me back financially. Yes, I had insurance, but I had to get a new car, and you had to put I had to put a down payment on the car. So then I got behind on a lot of the bills, and guys, it's hard to be an adult. I watched Rachel yesterday, and she's like, I'm done with being an adult. She's like, I don't want to do adulting today. Or, she went on and on about, her woes, and I felt bad for her. I really could feel her pain, but yeah, that's the way I feel. Yes, we have, yesterday I didn't want to be an adult. I just wanted to stay in bed, watch cartoons. I'm kidding, I don't watch cartoons. If I did, somebody was telling me about one today called American Dad. And they were describing it to me, and it sounded really strange. But I think I have to check it out. Really, like an adult cartoon. Yeah. And I have tried to watch, what do they call it? Anime. I can't do it. No appeal to me whatsoever. So I'm wondering if yesterday, like maybe part of my issue was I got a phone call from my sister and she had talked to my brother. Now, my brother and I had a huge fight. I'm guessing it's now been about 2 years ago. And he called me a very nasty word, the C word. I'm not going to say it, but I think we all know what that word is. And I don't even care what the dispute was. I mean, I know what the dispute was, and of course I care about it, but he owed me money. um, but for him to call me that is like almost unforgivable. It's just like, who does that? You wouldn't even call a dog that, or somebody you hated that. It's just an awful, awful thing to say to somebody. So, I mean, in order for me to talk to him again, he would have to apologize for that. He probably doesn't even remember he said it. But in any case, he and my sister had this phone conversation in which he called me toxic, which I suppose is a step up from the C word. So I have graduated. At least I can say the word toxic. But to that end, he has been taking care of my mother because she had a knee replacement. And he was like, oh, woe is me. I'm the only one who will take care of her. Yeah, because she's ran all the rest of us off. I have a very unhealthy, mentally ill mother. One that is, and I know mental illness is a disease. I get it, but there does come a point in time where you just have to distance yourself from those kind of people. They will emotionally and physically drain you and just suck the life right out of you. And I just couldn't be around it anymore. So apparently my brother was the only one that would go take care of her while she had her knee replacement. And so my sister tried to warn him, if you're getting that from mom, if she's telling you things about Rebecca, it's probably because she's mentally ill, and I don't think the woman could tell the truth if her life depended on it. Seriously, there are people like that. I had not the brother I'm talking about now, my other brother. He would lie about everything, absolutely everything, and for no reason, like no reason. And we could never figure out why he would do that. And I think there are people out like that out there, but it's so strange. Like, you'd say, hey, how's the weather? Is it raining? No, it's not raining, and it could be pouring. Or he and my son were only 3 years apart. So my son and my brother would hang out, and he had my brother's friends convinced that he had studied surfing in Hawaii and like all these grandiose, weird lies that he would tell. Now, he is now in his 30s. I don't know if he still does it. But I mean, it was so prolific when he was younger that, oh my God, it was just terrible. I don't know if he got it from my mother. I don't know. How did I get on this topic? Yeah, family drama, right? So, so now I have officially one sister and two brothers. Now, Mickey Sunshine, I call her my big sister because I feel like she's my big sis. I'll be pissing and moaning about something and she'll just, say, hey, Rebecca, knock it off. Knock it off. And I'll be like, oh, all right. So I love her. But so I don't that was the drama yesterday, and it just kind of put me in a bad mood. Like the fact that he's even, I don't know, that there's someone somewhere in the world having this discussion about toxic Rebecca. I don't know, why are they wasting their time? Don't talk about me. I'm not worth it. um just move on with your conversation. um yeah, I just, I don't know, I don't get it, I don't get it. Let's talk about this day in history. So August 27th, what year was it? Let me just turn on my iPad. I think it was in the 50s. Let me just look. Oh no, it was way earlier than that. Um, in 1883, so a long time ago. Um, it was the deadliest volcano eruption in history. And it happened in Indonesia. And 36,000 people lost their lives. Many of them drowned as a result of tsunamis after the volcano erupted. Lots of them were killed, scalded by the lava and died that way. But for the most part, most of the deaths were drownings. So, so sad. So I was, I'm like, I am so geographically challenged. Like, I don't go anywhere without my, and I didn't used to be. I don't go anywhere without my phone to give me directions. Even Malia was laughing at me the other day. You still need that? You don't know why your way around yet, Grandma? No. This is when we were going to Joanne's. I'm like, no, I've only been to Joanne's a couple of times, and no, so she was laughing at me. But yeah, so as far as geography goes, like where things are in the world, I'm not real good at that, and I don't know why. Like, where was I in class when they were teaching that? I might have been skipping school. I don't remember. Or maybe I cheated. I can't remember, but I must have missed that class because I'm terrible at geography. So where is Indonesia? So it's like southeast of Malaysia. It's where they have all of those different islands, like the Philippines. Do you know how many islands are in the Philippines? Anyway, Indonesia's like right around there. There are, oh my God, Jakarta is like the capital of Indonesia. And just in Jakarta alone, there are 30 million people that live there. 30 million people. And they say there that it's like a fraction of the world's population lives in Indonesia. It is so heavily populated, but there's still areas that are totally unpopulated. And that's where Bali is. They've got beautiful, beautiful islands and beautiful water and beautiful volcanoes. Have you ever seen a volcano? I did. I went to, I'll qualify that in a second. I went to the Philippines for my father, when my father was passing away. When I learned he was passing away, he lived in the Philippines. So I learned he was passing away and I traveled to the Philippines. It took me from Florida to get to the Philippines 23 hours. Yeah. So I got there and it was not terribly late. Early evening, I guess. So, and my father was still alive, so I got to spend some time with him, but he was out of it. I mean, I think I want to believe that he knew I was there, but I don't know that for sure. Um, and I think he passed the next day. And I really believe that he waited for me to get there so that we could say goodbye to each other. But during my trip there, the family decided they were going to take me out to see the volcanoes. I thought, oh, that's cool. I would like to see a volcano. So they took me to this beautiful restaurant that overlooked these volcanoes. Well, I couldn't see a damn thing because it was so overcast that day. You couldn't see them, and they're like, yeah, I think it's right over there. And I'm like, no, don't see it. So I did not really get to see the volcano. Yeah, and I'm not a fish eater, so like as far as the food went when I got to the Philippines, no, not good. Mm-mm. I ordered a hamburger at this restaurant thinking, how, how much damage can they do to a hamburger? It's a hamburger. It was the most disgusting thing I'd ever eaten. I don't know what they did to it, but it was gross. I want to say maybe they didn't cook the meat. I don't know, but it was disgusting. Anyway, back to Indonesia. So I learned some things about geography today. I would love to go to Bali because it just looks like the waters look so gorgeous, just gorgeous. And every time, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, they always go to Bali. Well, they don't always, but I mean, they have. I would want to go to Bali. Like, if the producers say, hey, Rebecca, where would you like to go? I'd go, hey, let's go to Indonesia and go to Bali. Can we stay away from Jakarta and just go to Bali? And they would be like, yeah. If you pick Bachelor number 3. I don't know. Maybe not. God, this orange is so pretty. That's an interesting topic for this week in history since I'm sitting here diamond painting a turtle. So yesterday I also worked on my hay a little bit. I wanted to finish up that one little section that I had started, with as many drills as I could that I have. So I'll go back and fill in the holes when I get more drills. But it works much better when I'm not trying to talk to the camera and have a conversation because I was up and down, and I have 2 big storage containers with square drills in them. So some of the drills were over there and some were over here. I will do like a craft room tour here one of the days so that you guys can get a feel for what's going on around me. But let's see what else is going on in history. Let's see. There was like one other thing that caught my attention. Hold on. So the name of that volcano, if I didn't mention it, was Krakatau. And yeah, it was the world's deadliest volcanic eruption. So, this is the other thing that I thought so interesting. The Guinness Book of World Records was debuted. And it was such an interesting story about how that came to be. There's a bar. Was it a bar? Well, I know it's a beer, Guinness beer. But I think it was also bar. Yeah, the inspiration for the record book can be traced to November of 1951, when a gentleman by the name of Hugh Beaver, I love that name, He was the managing director of the Brewery. He goes on this hunting trip, and he gets into this debate with some of his fellow hunters about, if one of these animals he saw was probably the biggest ever. So they're debating it. So they didn't have anywhere to go to look to see how big these things could get or what the biggest was. So he put together some people to get statistics, and then they came out with this Guinness Book of World Records, and it was given away in the bar with when you ordered a beer. It was just like a little souvenir thing, but it became so popular that they started selling it and updating it every year, and that's how that came about. But it started back in 1955. A group of hunters, can you see Jeremy out there debating now? Is this the biggest ever? Let's get our Guinness Book of World Records out and see if that's the biggest bear. My brother loves that book. Not my brother, my son. My son loves the Guinness Book of World Records. I don't know why. He's just fascinated by that book. He always has been. Always has been. What else? Oh, NFL star Michael Vick in 2007 pleads guilty in a dogfighting case. That was just so ridiculous. I don't even know what he was doing. Star quarterbacks for the Atlanta Falcons. He had a federal felony charge for running a dogfighting ring. Yeah. Okay. That now explains a little better. Yeah, that's kind of not something you want to be doing. Pit bulls. Oh, that's terrible. And pit bulls can be such nice dogs. People are so afraid of them. But, most of the ones that I've come across are nice dogs. I don't know. I love bigger dogs, but I can't imagine dog fighting. That's terrible. Anyway, if they still do that, they keep it really, really quiet because I think it's horrible, just deplorable. Take these poor neglected dogs and bet on them, like who's going to win the fight. Oh, it's awful. So that's sort of a blight on history there. You're an NFL star. Why are you doing nonsense like that? My God. Yeah, so not much else. This is not like August 27th isn't like a big day in history. Nope. And what else can we talk about? It's Thursday. I'm going to upload this. Hopefully. Oh, yesterday. I apologize for how late the morning show came out yesterday. I realized at the last second I had made an error during the editing. So I had to go back and fix that. And editing, you guys have no idea how long editing can take. So I fixed the error, but then I had to produce the video again. So I produced the video again, uploaded it to YouTube, and YouTube was taking their dear sweet time. I don't usually have a lot of trouble. I can usually get a 30-minute video to upload in maybe, 15, 20 minutes. Yesterday, I think 45. I don't know. It's crazy. So I do apologize for that. I think as this show evolves, we'll get better and better at, I hope I'm going to get better and better at getting it to you in a timely fashion in the mornings. Yep. And I just want to pull this parchment paper up or do this one little row. Every now and then when you've got these sectioned off, I still like to go beyond the section, especially if there's just like one little row of the diamonds, which there is. So I'm just going to do that. And I would have to credit What is the name of that creator? Oh my goodness. I want to give her credit for it, and I don't remember. But I learned this from another creator, that it's okay to have the sections, have your things sectioned off, but especially with squares, if you don't want it to look like sections, if you have a color that sort of goes into the next section, go ahead and go on over there and finish that color. That way it's not going to look all squared up when you get done. And someday I'll remember her name. It's so terrible. I try to give creators credit. I really do. I really do. I think we're at 30 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead, start the editing process, and get this up to you guys. I hope you have a fabulous Thursday. I hope that I get the chance to see you in a live today or in my next video tomorrow. Anyway, take care, wear your mask, and stay safe, and be kind to one another.